Hey everybody, you are now listening to the Banter All Stars podcast. In this episode, we discuss whether consistency on Instagram matter and answer some Q&As. Let's get it. Welcome guys to another episode of Banter All Stars podcast. Today I have three very special guests. They are the rest of the Banter All Stars crew today. We have Ollie, Endless Photo.
Hey man, I think.
We Have X James Son, James.
What's up, guys?
And we have Dran Main.
Hello. You.
All right, so it's their first time on the podcast, and you guys excited?
Yeah, pretty
Very
excited.
excited.
Yeah.
Very excited.
Yeah,
Nervous, but yeah, all good.
That's why we got water this time. All right, so as you can probably see, we've upgraded a little. We got a bit of pop plans. This RGB light here. We tried, but soon. And obviously the tablecloth. Okay, so let's start with our first topic. I think so. The other day, I was actually thinking, should I edit like the same way as I previously have, or should I experiment, try a different sort of style? So, and then it got me thinking whether Instagram feed aesthetics, like, you know how some people will post like only one color or like, you know, a 9x9 grid of just a single photo all cut up. Like, does Instagram feed aesthetics really matter? Like, does consistency matter? What do you think, Ollie?
Well, I personally like to have consistent color in all my kind of Instagram feed. I've seen shots with a kind of 9x9 split up, and when you look at it, you find that some of the photos just have nothing in the spaces. And for me, I think that it's not a good kind of look, but that's just my own opinion.
Okay.
So how do you design your current feed? What does that look like? Like, what's your thought process around your design? Like, are you always looking for a specific color, or do you grade the color into all of your shots?
Well, at the moment with my feed, I've got a little bit of a kind of pink purple kind of theme, and I think that's just my the way I want my Instagram feed to look, is have the consistent colors. I try and pick maybe 5 shots, and I try and do a 9x9, but I alternate with 5 and 4 shots.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's kind of where I'm at with.
I think I started off a lot of teal and orange, as some of you guys might know, like, but it's been done and too many times. But I do try and like at least personally, like try and fade out of it by sort of retaining it, but then desaturating a little bit and then slowly transitioning over.
Mm-hmm.
But still, sometimes I just wish I didn't have to do that. Like, just go straight into it. Drop in a new style and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I actually read this quote today that says, consistency. What was it? Yeah, it was basically saying consistency means that you're as ignorant as you were a year ago.
Yep. Meaning,
like, sometimes consistency isn't actually that great.
Okay.
Yeah, because it means you're not trying to, I guess, improve or like trying to change up an experiment.
Trying new things, basically. Yeah.
Are you sure that code isn't just saying like you're consistent because you're as clueless now as you were like last year?
Oh, could be. I mean, it's always up to interpretation, right?
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Right.
So what about you, James? What
Yeah, look,
type,
I actually do think that having a consistent feed really matters from an aesthetic point of view, because like if you hop onto someone's page and you go, you look at it and it's just so well planned. I think you're more likely to go, oh yeah, this is really nice. You scroll through, and then you hit follow. I think that's pretty natural sort of look. Whereas if you go into someone's page and like there's no sort of consistent theme. There's a few portraits and then a few landscape ones, a few street shots, and it's just kind of all over the place. I mean, if it's really good, then yeah, maybe that's the consistent thing, right? Is that just as photography as a whole, his feed is consistently good. But in terms of design, like if there's a good design, but probably like an average look, you probably still will scroll through it because like that person has curated all of his photos to look, as a whole package.
Yep.
Just consistently pleasing.
That's true. But to add to that though, I think like if you guys have a like creative studio or like the business type profile, you'll see metrics.
Yeah.
And I think what you'll find is like each of your posts or your profile, you actually don't get that many views, like relative, like to scale relative to like based on like feed. So if somebody sees your photo, it's most likely on the home feed. They don't really check it out on your profile. So in some way, it's sort of like a wasted effort, in my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess that could be right. I mean, like I personally don't yeah, I think that is right.
Oh, what? That's my opinion, anyways. What about you, Joel?
But yeah, it's actually like more subjective. Like sometimes that I'm thinking like if you make something that's very consistent, it's actually take a lot of work and planning ahead. It's not like as easy like you put something like presets or whatever. I mean like sometimes every photo that you take like have different conditions, lighting and whatever. And then like when you put it something like, oh, I need to actually make some change that make it like more consistent.
Yeah.
And then to be honest, it's actually depends on the business perspective as well in Instagram. If it's like you are like, for example, ours like photographers, sometimes like photographers can be like determined by the profile aesthetic itself, like how we curate like our profile. But if it's like we only do like other business, it doesn't really matter as long as the post is quality post, basically. Yeah. And also like it's kinda hard as well, like to maintain the aesthetic itself. But to be honest, like I don't know, I saw someone I forget like to mention. It's not really
He doesn't want to say.
it's not, it's not really like have consistent color, but it's like consistent quality. Like the quality is fair. Like if you, for example, face retouching, like the face retouching is like very consistent, very high quality.
Yeah.
Even though it's different color, it's still very nice looking profile anyway.
Yeah.
So the consistency is mainly the quality.
Yes,
Yeah.
correct. I was gonna say like if you're gonna be consistent through the quality of work.
Yeah, true. I guess that's what I was trying to say before.
Yeah.
Like, that even if you don't have a specific theme, if your work is consistently good, then that itself is an attractive thing for people to want to scroll through, right?
Yeah, I mean, for me, like, it was raised today, like, I've got maybe more than one account.
Yeah.
And it's because I want to keep a consistent theme on one of them. And the other one is just shots, portrait shots. I just want to put up. Whereas my other one, the consistency is really the color and the theme.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to keep it separate. So that's how I kind of, like Joanne was saying, in terms of the actual quality or the consistency is hard to maintain. It's just, for me, I will just use those consistent shots and put them on a different page on one account as opposed to the other.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I mean, like there is merit to having consistent themes and colors and stuff, because I think it also requires a lot of skills to actually like keep that going. Like, so even if a shot didn't have like purple and pink, like how do you as a photographer now, whether it's post edit or taking a shot or adding elements, how do you make that theme consistent? So I guess like there is some merit to it as well.
Yeah. So do you reckon your feed has a consistent theme or not at this point?
Probably consistent in skin retouching.
Okay. So like you actively look to have a sufficient degree of skin retouch on all of your images before you
Correct. Yep.
Do you guys use like a feed planning tool like Unum or something like that? Have you heard of that?
We use Preview. Yeah.
Preview.
Yeah,
we
Preview.
use Preview.
Yeah, Preview is the app. So like for those listening who don't know, basically Preview is a mobile app where it lets you upload any photo and see how it looks overall on your feed. And yeah, that's pretty much what I use. But it also helps you store captions and stuff. By the way, it's not sponsored. We're not sponsored by Preview.
Not
So yeah, not yet. But if you're hearing Preview, come on, guys.
So do you have to put in actual login details and stuff like that?
Yeah. So what it does, it pulls off your latest images that's published, and then you just add on top.
So you can plan it out, and then you can you plan out when a post goes up and things like that, or is it?
It's pro. You need to pay for it.
Yeah.
So it's like a freemium type of
Premium
model.
feature.
Having said that, you could always just use Creator Studio anyways. So it's basically like through Facebook. If you registered as a business or a creator account, you could use the web browser and upload and automatically schedule it. So you don't even have to transfer like the photo onto your phone and then post it. Yeah,
Nice.
should give that a try.
Yeah,
You should all give that a
I
try.
can see all these like
Yeah,
these, the
yeah.
cogs turning.
Like,
on.
all the maths is like later in the video. I'm gonna add all these like math equations. For you.
Nice.
I personally found it to be too much trouble. Like,
Yeah, I think so as well. Yeah.
Like well, I mean, to be fair, I haven't really been posting all that much. But lately, I've kind of been just, I've been trying to sort of add an element of consistency, but not to the point that there's a theme in my feed.
Yeah.
More of a subtle kind of theme. Is that what you kind of?
You know, I mean, like I've been trying to add more sort of like light additions. You know, like you see the latest one, that little eclipse thing.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
I
so
saw
I
that.
try to add something like that in all my shots.
Oh
Or,
yeah.
at least keep the sort of tone warm. That kind of thinking.
Yeah, that's pretty
okay.
simple.
Oh well,
Much
I
basic.
mean, like I'm trying to add like composites in everything I do,
Yeah.
whether big or small. So like my latest post I put up, it's basically Christy Bryans and she's like against the window holding a mug. The mug's completely empty, but I added a bit of steam on top.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
All right. So I was going to say, what
Yeah.
was the
Yeah.
composite in the
Yeah,
latest
it's
one?
very
I was like,
subtle.
yeah,
It's very subtle.
okay.
Like at least something like there's obviously the other ones like the butterflies or the bird.
Yeah, the
and
bird
stuff
one
like
was that was mint.
that. The
Yeah.
bird one took a long time.
Yeah.
Because the shadows were completely opposite to where it should be. So
Yeah.
yeah, that was a lot harder. But
Cool.
at least I think if you keep a consistent theme in something, it's to improve yourself. So I think for the longest time I was on teal and orange as well, and I think I got that knuckled down to a point where I just know automatically what to change in Lightroom,
Yeah.
and it sort of inhibited me from like experimenting like greens maybe or like purples and stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
There is one photographer out there who's really big on teal and orange. I think his name's like Yantastic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this guy. Like, and after I saw his work, but his work was all landscape work.
Oh, let's have a look now. Actually,
Yeah.
Can we do
Yantastic.
that?
Do you know how to spell it?
Yeah.
I'll
Just like
check it out on the
just like
phone.
fantastic. But
Oh yeah, we could just check it out on the phone.
Oh, his is pretty subtle though.
Whoa.
yeah.
Oh.
So like
That's pretty nice.
after seeing that, you go, you know what, like that's teal and orange, you know. And then I decided,
that's
you know,
definitely there.
maybe I won't do teal and orange.
It's,
But this
it's
was
really got that travel.
yes,
travel
it's a
vibe.
very strong travel vibe, and everything's just every shot he puts up is such high quality stuff.
So what do you think of it?
Yeah.
Do you like it?
Think of his the theme or
Yes.
yeah,
It's actually
like-
not so blue though.
exactly. It's not like deep teal. It's kind of like it's a
It's
subtle
more desaturated.
dark teal, almost, and it just
Like
works
a-
very well. It looks like everything is sunset sort of feel.
So do you
Um,
think he specifically shoots at golden hour or?
Well,
Yeah.
I'm just trying to work it out. Like,
Well,
a lot of the shots are,
Looks like
Yeah.
no.
but then
it's
some
like-
of them are not.
I don't think so.
Interesting.
I mean, there's obviously a lot of. I think I feel like there might be a lot of Photoshop work in most of these shots.
Oh, I bet. I bet you probably have to do a bit of selective color or maybe play with the curves and stuff. But yeah, interesting. Cool.
Yeah. But yeah. So like having said, having talked about things like a consistent theme, right? Just this alone, like even if his shots were average, I think if you could nail the consistency in that blue and that yellow all the
Mhm.
time, I think that'll make for a pretty nice feed.
Mm.
Yeah.
Cool.
Mm.
All right. Should we take a break and then we'll start on a different topic?
Yeah.
Hey everyone, if you're not already following us on social media, make sure to check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, Banter All Stars. And welcome back. So I accidentally forgot to introduce or let them introduce what they do, like the last episode. Apologies. So let's try this again.
Hey guys, I'm Oliver. People call me Ollie. I'm a designer, rail designer, and I take photos. Obviously, that's why I'm here. And I do portraits mainly and cover some events.
Sweet. How about you, James?
So James, my name's James, and God, that was awkward.
It's always awkward when you
right.
introduce yourself.
And I do corporate finance, but on the side I do portrait photography and primarily sort of fashion editorial type styles.
Nice.
Hello, my name is Chuan. I work as IT basically, yeah, and software developer. And I do photography as hobby. Like I just started probably like last year, like 1.5 year, and then I mainly do portrait, and then it's like currently doing some events, family, graduations.
No, man, you do everything.
Huh?
I've seen your work.
Yeah.
You do everything. You do
Bro,
graduates,
come on.
I
what do you do today?
basically.
Yeah.
Weddings, yeah.
Yeah.
maternity shoot, all
Uh-huh.
sorts of stuff.
Yes.
That's it.
Paid work.
Oh wait, I also do Good Shot Mate, so I gotta plug that. I have to plug it.
Plug.
Yeah, otherwise Tommy would be real disappointed.
Yeah. Yeah, so we obviously all met on Good Shop Mate, and yeah, cool. Now that that's out of the way, there's some questions that got sent through on Instagram. So let's start with favorite music artist.
Favorite music artist.
Who asked that?
That is Signs Not Seen. No?
Nothing comes to
All right,
mind.
I'll
You go. I mean, I can't say I can.
I'll start. I
Yeah.
think, right, and this is Spotify telling me,
I was going to say that.
Yeah.
Spotify. I was going to refer to that.
it's Post Malone. I know it's mainstream, but I always thought it'd be Joji or something, you know?
Oh, the amount. Yeah.
Actually, in
Yeah,
2019, my the 2019 in review that
Yeah.
playlist, it's Joji.
Oh,
Yours
really?
is?
Yeah, because after I discovered him, I just having him on repeat for like the last 3 months of the year, and it just like overtook all my other songs.
Wow. Damn. Right in the feels, man. What about you, John?
Based on the Spotify itself, like Marshmallow.
Marshmallow.
Yeah.
Of course.
Mine's Khaled. Like, I can't really name most of his songs yet.
But
Khaled's on
how?
mine.
Oh, so you must have. Is it based on a chart, you reckon? Like you listen to the top 40 charts or something, and then.
I don't know what it's hard. I think people's artists, like favorite artists, is hard to define. Like you can't just wrap all your music interests into the one artist, and I find that quite strange. You're kind of influenced by lots of different things, I think. So,
Yeah, that's true.
What sort of music do you listen to and you edit?
That's a good one.
Khaled.
Okay, so it's a pretty sort of like
pretty
pretty mellow tunes.
Yeah, pretty.
mellow tunes.
Okay.
But Khaled itself like have many collaborations with other artists, so it might be like helping the one that you listen to.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, fair enough. I listen to my own playlist called Mellow K.
I think we all listen to that.
Yeah, I think
I subscribe to that.
Yeah,
That's a good
okay.
playlist.
Yeah, maybe that's where most of the Khaled stuff came through as well. Because I think Khaled was like top 4 in 2019 for me.
Oh, was it?
So yeah, maybe it's from that. But yeah, more of the mellow vibes, like the sad R&B. And just chilled
it's
stuff,
odd,
yeah.
like when I first started editing, I actually was pretty into sort of like EDM kind of tunes when I edit. But I found that it actually left me in a state that was just too frenzied. And if I was doing something like skin retouch or
It's
dodge
too
and burn,
fast,
I just
right?
go.
Too fast.
And before you know, it's like, oh damn, my face is just like
Gone.
it's completely like
It's
burned
like
out.
plastic.
Yeah.
Basically.
Whoops, too much.
Yeah. So something sort of like lo-fi, so mellow.
Yeah,
that
just
helps get you
chill,
in the
and
mood.
then it's like it sort of clears your mind. For me, anyways, it clears my mind and
yeah.
all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, what about you, John? What do you listen to when you edit?
Sometimes I don't listen to song. I just like
Oh, wow.
use YouTube as my background. I don't know, like just play random videos on YouTube. Like
Because he did it at work.
So, hey, let's talk a bit more about that. You edit at work, why?
You get paid to edit.
We can talk about that in case his employer sees it. It's like, oh god.
employers aren't gonna see this.
at least
I'm
I finish
sure.
my work first.
Oh yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, about that. Oh, cool.
Oh, man.
Well, what about while driving and stuff, or like, I don't know, at the gym, for instance?
The gym, I've got a different playlist because you need something a bit more punchy.
Yeah.
More pump up.
Yeah.
Yeah, make
So,
you
like,
like
name some artists, maybe, or like some go-to
shit, man,
songs,
I
like to get you psyched up for that.
I just got a
first
playlist, a workout playlist.
Is it your own
Oh, yeah.
playlist?
No, I follow one on Spotify.
Okay, like a beast mode playlist.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Depends what
Jack
what-
3D.
Depends what you work out to. Well, what your workout is, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh,
If you're doing
okay.
some cardio, then you need something a bit more like EDM, that kind of
Yeah,
stuff. But if you're hitting the weights or whatever, you probably have a different playlist.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. I guess
I-
when... Oh,
Yeah, sorry,
sorry.
go-
You know, you go.
No, I just wanted to rewind to what John said before, which was that he listens to YouTube when he edits, and that explains a lot because what I found in your work,
Uh-huh.
some of your posts, right?
Uh-huh.
I find that there's some element of like a new skill in every new shot.
Uh-huh.
And I suspect it's because you're
Because-
listening to like, oh, okay, how to do the dodge and burn, and then bang, this new post that you've just put up
Yeah, I
has
always
dodge and burn, whereas
try
one
new
before
effort.
didn't have it.
That's one way to improve.
Oh,
Yeah, it's good, man. You're on a good path doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was gonna say, like before workouts, I have a get psyched playlist. Well, it's sort of not get psyched. I guess get angry.
Oh.
So like, it's mainly Linkin Park.
Oh,
Yeah, and
yeah,
I
like,
like a bit of Linkin Park.
yeah, for whatever reason, this makes me like push harder. So
No, DMX.
yeah, DMX is in there.
DMX is useful.
is in there. Yeah, yeah. And yeah.
Yeah.
What about yourself, man?
Oh, look, I actually don't listen to music when I work out.
What?
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah,
So you're just
'cause,
like listening to the grunting, like.
I hate that.
not really. It's
I
because
hate listening
like
to myself
when
breathe.
it's because in it's
Oh
'cause-
man, I just thought what you were thinking then.
Oh my god.
Listen to yourself grunting.
My blood.
Oh, that's gonna sound so good on the podcast.
Oh, mate.
Carry on.
I was gonna say it's because when you go to Fitness First, they like blast music through the speakers, right? So if you're listening to something like DMX or whatever, you're then listening to something really loud, and you're also hearing whatever's playing on the
Yeah.
overhead speaker. So you got like Katy Perry playing out the speakers, and
Yes.
your DMX in your ear, and it's disruptive.
Yeah.
So I'd rather just turn on the noise cancel and just go about my workout. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's so it's like a silent gym session.
It's almost like silent gym session.
Man, that's
Yeah,
weird.
But gym. Gym. You
Not
s-
even
When was the
just
last
gym,
time-
like, just any form of exercise. For
Nah.
instance.
I mean, like, I use like currently still use my like song basically, like the popular song recently. But like there is one time, like I only listened to one song for like 2 hours running
Straight
for
That's on
for
repeat.
like 3 months, I think. Like one song on repeat.
What was the song?
Blackpink.
Blackpink.
Oh, no.
God,
Which one? Which
yeah.
one?
I forgot this title. To be honest, I
You
forgot.
sing
Listen
it
to-
like
I like it's too many
months.
songs already. It's
But
too
you
much.
can't-
Like okay, no more. No more.
Can you sing it?
Nope. No
Oh,
thanks.
come on, man.
Just play it on your phone.
Yeah, it's funny.
Okay, let's move on to the next question
Yeah,
then.
let's
eh?
do it. Let's do it.
This next one's from Anonymous. You can only pick one tool to use on PS forever. So Photoshop, choose your weapon. Let's start with Juan first.
Okay. I think if I answer now, I'll answer Photoshop because like Photoshop is like have everything right now.
Yeah.
It's like have
Oh no, but I think it means like what tool.
You have to,
Oh,
yeah,
one
just,
tool.
just one
Within,
skill on
yeah,
Photoshop.
yeah,
What is
yeah.
it? Yeah.
And this is the one that you can only use when you want. Like, it's the only tool you can use for the rest of your life.
color grading. Is it one tool?
Oh,
Yeah, I mean that
there's
is a
different
tool,
tools
but
of colour
is
grading,
that
though,
your
right?
yeah?
Yeah. It's like I think curve.
Curve?
Curves,
Yeah,
yeah,
curve's a good one.
Okay. I reckon that's a pretty popular answer.
I think because I was gonna go curve.
I was gonna say-
but I want to think of a deeper like why curves? Why curves?
Why curve? Because like with the curve itself, like you have like 4 channels for the curve, like whites, red, green, blue. Basically, like all of the colors, like red, green, blue, already in curve tools. So you can control basically like everything in there already. So it doesn't need, to be honest, doesn't need other tools.
Yeah, that's right. Like I think even like in Premiere Pro, if you're color grading and stuff, you can do it all with just curves.
Mm.
Yeah. So it is a pretty powerful tool.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah, I hadn't really thought about it, but now that you mention it, I think curves
Curves
is
as
probably it. Right?
Oh,
I mean, what-
gosh.
yeah,
Yeah,
because you can't dodge and burn without the curves. Right?
that's it.
Yeah, that too. But okay, so why not the other tools then?
Like what?
Let's say levels or the actual dodge and burn tool within Photoshop, or I don't know, maybe the crop tool. That's pretty important. You have
Wow,
to use a
insane.
cocktail, but you can't do much with it. I mean, just as an example.
I actually do my cropping before I get into Photoshop.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
like
come
in
on.
Capture One.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, in
Yeah, I
Capture
do
One. Yeah,
actually.
yeah.
Oh, really?
I do that too.
Yeah, because I know what I want in that image, so I crop it first, and then I do the color grade.
I actually do it differently in
Yeah.
that I crop it later because in Photoshop, if I want to expand that negative space,
That's it.
I can.
Yeah.
But once it's cropped and I
That's
start
it.
off cropped, like there's nothing to play with.
Mm.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. I mean,
Yeah.
like, if I look at an image and I think that I want to, let's say the background is just not big enough, then I would go into Photoshop, fix that up, go back into Capture One,
Mm.
crop out what I want,
Oh.
and then hop back into Photoshop. and finish it.
Oh.
It's a bit redundant, actually. Come think of it, so maybe it is better to just do that first.
So what is your workflow, James? Just
From
I guess
From
so. You
which
you
point?
get your images on your SD card. You import into.
yeah, so
C1?
I import. I use Photo Mechanic to cull the images on the card first, and then I ingest into two parts, which is one being my RAID and the other part is my T5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the RAID one is just the redundancy, and then T5 is where I do my editing.
Mhm.
So I've
So-
been meaning to ask, what's photo mechanic? Like what apart from like I guess culling, like cataloging.
There is no other use. It's
You can
it's
start.
legitimate, and you can start. Yeah, but it's legitimately just so you can cull really quick.
But it's really quick.
Yeah.
And it does it through the raw.
Yeah,
Am I right? And you can just click through and
yeah.
cull really quickly as opposed to.
So when you say quick, as in it loads raws, like obviously in
Pretty
Lightroom,
much
it
instantly.
takes a while
Yeah.
because it does the previews and builds it up. So it doesn't do all that.
It can you just flick through it, I think.
Yeah, I literally just go open up Photo Mechanic, double click on the SD,
Yeah.
right, and then I can go, like the right arrow, and I use 1 to 5 to mark my
Yep.
my images.
As you do,
Yeah,
yeah.
and I just go one right, one right.
So with C1, can you do the same thing?
Not as fast. Yeah.
Oh.
Like it,
Man, I'm gonna
it
download
takes,
this now.
Yeah, it takes some time to sort of to load up the preview
In C1.
in C1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it does. And you have to import everything to C1 first before you can start your culling. Whereas for me, I'm culling off the card before I start importing it.
Because I used to just cull through the camera when I'm just sitting on the train or something.
Yeah, that's why you keep
That's what my
burning through
battery
your batteries.
Oh.
burns through.
Yeah.
That's because I'm sitting on a train not doing anything. So
Yeah.
it generally.
But
works
that'd be
okay.
tedious if you're like a rapid fire shooter, like this guy named David.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah.
Not anymore though with his Canon.
No, it's
Yeah, so those watching on YouTube, obviously Dave is manning the cameras and yeah, he's not happy.
yeah, that's where we keep sneaking glances at. Oh man.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, check it out, Photo Mechanic. I mean, like I found out about it through like wedding photographers because they obviously shoot thousands of images.
Yeah.
And for them to
Ah.
cull,
Photo
it's a lot
mechanic.
quicker. Yeah.
Well, like I obviously haven't tried C1 yet, but yeah, I don't generally find that really a big of an issue. Like,
Mm.
like in terms of like time saving and stuff. But I mean, I didn't even cull. I think.
Yeah.
Like, as in, I look based on the preview, like the thumbnail, and if from that thumbnail I could tell if like the framing's good or like that catches my eye straight away, I just go straight into it.
Okay, so let's say you got how many shots would you take in like an hour?
Whole day 200.
Whole day,
Like
200.
6 or 7 hours.
Wait, like a
Yeah.
like a project.
Yes.
Oh,
Like
like
Cactus.
one of
It's
those,
for portrait,
yeah.
right?
Well, Cactus was a bit different because it was like 3 hour shoot time, 11 hours on the road.
No, okay. So let's say the shoot with Christine, right? You've engaged her to be there for like
3 hours.
3
or something.
hours. Yeah. So in that
Yeah,
3 hours, how
200.
many? 300. So 100 an hour, basically.
No, 200.
200 over the 3 hour
Yeah.
period.
If that, I think it was like a lot less than that.
But
But like,
it's
say a full day, like out and about, 6 hours or whatever, then yeah, it's like about 300 ish.
Okay.
I'll
Or even
probably more like
400.
800 or something like that. Like,
Whoa.
Mm,
I got a lot
You
of shots up.
hard.
quite similar. Yeah.
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 That's why I need a lot of culling. And that's why
Yeah.
something like Photo Mechanic I think would be.
Yeah. I think you'll like it. Just check it out. I'm not sure if they do free trials or not, but
Oh,
It's
so it
pretty
costs-
cheap.
Huh?
Yeah, well, it's a one-time payment, and then you get the
payment.
updates. Yeah.
Okay,
It's not a
one-
subscription model.
One question for the photo mechanic. Can you like also check if it's in focus or not?
You raise that own question yourself. You're ready to burn.
I did not even have to bring that up, but now that you brought it up,
So the reason why Juan, was it Juan? We'll get to that in a sec.
Juan?
The reason why Juan has asked about focus is because a lot of his early shots were out of focus.
yes,
We're wondering why those shots. Why
Early
are the
shots.
eye in focus? And it was like side chats going on. Saying, what's up with his photo?
I don't know.
yeah, but it's changed now. Like
He's
your
learning.
photography has improved a lot. Like you look back maybe like even
3
2
weeks ago.
months. Oh, yeah, 3 weeks. Well,
Yeah.
3 weeks ago or whatever. Yeah, it's definitely improved a lot. So props to that.
To answer your question,
Yeah.
so what program are you using now?
I use Lightroom basically for culling for everything. So I just like import everything to Lightroom and then just like go through the library, like just start it like whatever is good.
But so Lightroom has a toggle to show focus or in focus or otherwise.
I just like
Zoom
zoom in
in.
because they have like
One-to-one.
smart preview basically.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
smart,
So
the smart
yeah.
preview just like quick preview. But if you zoom in, they will gonna load the rest of it, like the rest of the file.
Okay. Right. So
Yeah.
for Lightroom, because I used to use Lightroom to
Mhm.
cull before I found Photo Mechanic, right? When you zoom in, it takes a while for it to
Yes.
sort of
Yes.
render
Yeah,
the
to
image.
render. Yeah,
Okay. So Photo Mechanic, you don't. You just press Z and bang, you're right in. It's already full
it's
res.
more-
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But
But
it's
even in C1, they have a function that tells you if
Yeah,
something's
so-
in focus.
Oh.
C1 on the other hand, they have that button that can already show this.
Mm.
Yeah.
Where you just click it and then it just highlights the sharpest part of the image.
Yeah, it's got
Oh.
like a peaking color, so
Yeah,
it
peaking
tells you
color.
if it's in
Okay.
focus.
That's-
already.
What's the shortcut key for it?
No idea.
I didn't even have C1,
I was
bro.
just saying.
I need to Google
like
it for
you-
that one.
Just Google it.
Yeah.
Just Google it.
Because by the time I'm at C1, I've already culled my images for focus and stuff.
Mm.
Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, if you use the zooming method, then you don't even need it.
I know.
Yeah, but it's
No,
really
but-
slow.
Nah, but like I for now like culling it in my laptop, like so to load every shot
Yeah.
basically. It's
Yeah.
like takes
That would take
ages.
forever, yeah.
Takes ages.
Yeah, no, don't.
How many shots you take on your last shoot?
Okay, yesterday like I taking around 3 graduation shoots,
Mm.
like each of them like 2 hours.
Yeah.
I take like 1,300 in total now, and I think I deliver around 200 per persons. So it's not
Oh yeah, it's
as
not.
many as before, but
Is
to like transfer it, like to load it everything, and then like go
Shit.
to the photo one by one. It's like
Dude, that's
That is
very
cancer, man.
tedious.
Like, that would take
I
forever.
know I take like 1 or 2 hours just to call it, basically just to call it.
You
at
need to
least.
get that photo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, get Photo Mechanic, man. Sounds like you need it.
I know.
Yeah.
Again, it's not endorsed by Photo Mechanic.
Yeah.
Yeah. because
For
I-
us, some free trials and things.
because like graduation shoot, like you capture the moment, so it's not like portrait shoot that
You can take
you
your time.
like
Yeah.
look, aim it carefully and then capture it, and then like you just like someone's friends come and they hugging, and then like I need to capture it.
Oh
Immediately.
yeah, like capture the moment. Mm.
Yeah, it's capturing the moment basically.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like
why I don't do events.
it's
man.
hard.
Like,
Yeah, I hate events,
like
man.
I think half of them is like in like autofocus because I use the flexible one for now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of a bit hard, like switching it back to soon, whatever.
Yeah,
But I need
at
to.
least it's in focus now.
He hopes. You don't see the ones that are out of focus.
Yeah.
They're gone.
No.
I
Can
know.
you just send through some of the photos so I can put it on this like video? But like everyone's
Yeah,
gonna
actually do
improve,
that. You
right?
should do
Yeah,
that.
You
yeah,
should.
yeah,
And then
like-
you overlay it when we're talking about.
Yeah,
Remind me.
so for the listeners, check out the YouTube. We'll have some of the examples of how he used to shoot and how he shoots now. And it's a world of difference.
Yeah.
I guarantee that.
Just remind me.
Yeah, so check out the YouTube. It's Banter All Stars. I'm sure you'll find us, hopefully. All right, cool. Let's wrap up with one last question. So, Juan,
hmm
Hey,
this question is from Eggnog.
eggnog.
Yep. Is it pronounced Juan or Juan?
I said once and it's Juan.
So, can you say it one more
Once?
Nope.
time? Okay, so like obviously like it's
Where did it come
strange.
from, by the
Yeah.
way? Where did Juan and Juan come from?
So like Mexicans, they say Jose
Yeah.
as
Spanish, basically,
JSE,
Spanish.
Jose,
Yeah.
or like Julio, Julio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like naturally, Juan sounds like
Juan.
yeah, like one more time.
Check this out, right? Something I learned recently from Joan. What's your Chinese name, man?
Chen Ling Fu.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have like Chinese name.
His Chinese name
Explosion.
is not anything to do with
Mind
Joan
blown.
Mei, man.
Say again.
Chen Ling Fu.
So no part of that is part of his actual name.
Yep.
Which is
I like
pretty cool.
Indonesian like because I have like come from Chinese Indonesians.
Yeah.
So I have
Mm.
like two names basically, like like family name from the Chinese ancestry.
Yeah.
Like that's my Chinese name, but like my registered name back in Indonesia is Juan Mei.
Nice.
That's pretty awesome, I think. Yeah. It's like you got internal like family tree name and then you've got your
Yeah.
you know
Cool.
public
Basically.
name.
All right.
Speaking of Juan and Juan, though, I think I pretty much recall it was Nigel who started this off.
No,
Is that
well,
not-
even no, because at work, like I had a manager called spelt Juan as well,
Oh, okay.
but we call him Juan. And
so
his-
you also
No,
call
but
him
he
that.
he
yeah.
identifies as one.
he's proper Caucasian. Like he's his last name is De Beer.
The beer.
Yeah, so Juan De Beer.
What?
Yeah, so we
You
used
won
to
the
like
beer,
we used to
man.
bag him out and say
What's the
like,
beer?
just have one more beer.
Juan the beer.
But yeah,
There's a guy at my work and he's called Oliver Beer. So Oliver Beer. I love a beer.
Yeah.
All
Same thing.
Fair enough.
Man.
Right.
all right. Let's wrap it up there, and we'll. Any closing comments? No.
No.
All right.
Check us out on the
Cool.
next
Check
one.
us out on Instagram, Spotify, Apple Music. We'll be all there, and YouTube. So stay tuned for the next episode. Peace.